Hey everybody, today we're going to take the heads off the engine and finally get a look inside to see what's going on. See what kind of shape the block's in, check on the bore, see if it's relieved, see if it's got the 4-inch crank that I was told it has when I bought it. We'll see. Thanks for stopping in and check it out. So the other day, I came out, threw some PB Blaster penetrant on the head bolts like everybody suggested. I got two questions. One, why has it got to come out of here at Mach 5 and spray all over everything in the freaking garage? And two, why does it smell so nasty and stick with you for like 3 days? I had to air the garage out 10 times. Let's see how this goes. No problem there. Okay, so far so good. Probably don't even have to take this off the head, do I? Okay. Yep, here I go without the gloves again. Okay, you guys talk me into it. Try that. I can hear the bend over jokes already. Sorry guys, I heard a bunch of motorcycles racing outside. I'm trying to figure out if they're on my street or the next couple streets over. Okay, heavy as hell, might have oil in it. Don't want to dump it. Sit right there, sure. Pick up a washer, clean it off. Rethread these in here till later. One of the things I was thinking about is I'm going to clean the head off of each bolt.
Okay.
The number.
Cool.
Where it came off in the...
Come on, Mike. Finish the sentence.
Torquing sequence. Some of these have 4 lines on them, some of them have 3, one of them has 5. Lacquer thinner, just enough to clean off all the shit. So here we go. I Googled the torquing sequence for the flatheads. I'm going to take this silver Sharpie and write D and then the number. That way I can keep track of what bolts go where. Here we go. Let's take a couple pictures. Cool. So, there we go. There's that. Let's get a wrench on these things. Let's find out what's going on.
Nope.
Sweet.
Oh, maybe.
Breaker bar, sure.
Try again.
Okay. Take two. Here we go. Okay, you're gonna do that thing where somebody suggested. I'm gonna try and tighten it first and then loosen it up. I think we're coming. Yeah, there we go. Cool, so there's one. So far, so good. Oh man, is this gonna be the one? So here we go. I don't know how well you can see it. A little bit dirty, not even really rusty. One. A little bit of wet in there maybe, yeah. Two. Three. No. That's right. I got two different lengths. I don't understand that. Okay, it's ready to pop off there. I hear it. It sounds hollow. This guy. Well, guys, here we go. Moment of truth. Hold on. Really? Here we go again, moment of truth, guys. Pop the head off. So, it's at this point that I gotta jump in here and reshoot some of the video from the other night. I apologize. Having reviewed it and tried to edit it a couple times, I'm just not happy with the quality of the video or the commentary. So, obviously you're not gonna see me take the head bolts out and all that kind of stuff because I'm already past that point. So I'll just peel the heads off the block and give you a look inside and we can take a look at it. So let's throw this in here and take a measurement. This is on get this up here where you can read it. Focus. A little bit of focus. A little bit less light. Okay, so that's that cylinder. You can take a look at this cylinder. Light in all the wrong places. So looks to me about 3 and 25. So that is a slight overbore. I'll do the math here in a couple minutes. But here, let me do this. We will turn. The deck looks pretty good. As far as I can see, there's no major cracks between head bolts and water jacket that I can see. I did a magnet test on the valves. Again, this is front of the block, so we're looking at driver's side. Magnet sticks to the block, not to this valve. Nope, 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 nope. And then this forward valve, it sticks to. Nope, nope. So what that tells me is that 7 of the 8 valves, I believe, are stainless, which is, if I'm correct, designed to help deal with the heat. So that tells me that this is probably an intake and not an exhaust. Yeah, because these two are exhaust because they go through the center to the exhaust there. So forgive me for figuring out as I go along, guys, but that's part about this whole process. We can come over here and take a look at the head as it lays on the fender. Again, the surface isn't too bad. You can see all the carbon in the spots. Water jackets seem to look okay. Nothing crazy going on there. I couldn't find any markings. The only thing I did see was there's this one little divot right there. Other than that, I feel like everything's okay. From everything I've read, I probably should take a real good straight edge and see if they're warped in any way, but I'm trying to think of where my big steel straight. So I went and grabbed this BA machinist straight edge that I've had for a while. It's a touch of a warp in there. Right here is a high point in the middle. Again, a little bit of a rock there. Nice and flat here. Nothing. If I go at a diagonal, seems to be, again, very little, if any, rock. So I feel good about that head. not being crazy warped. I mean, the high spot could be scuzz that I still have left on there. Running across the top of the block, nothing there, nothing there. Feels good there. Pop this side off and give you guys a look. Do the magnet test really quick. Get rid of the gasket. No stick there. So I got stick here, stick here, no stick, no stick, no stick, stick here, no stick. Which, this is exhaust, right? And this is intake. So interestingly enough, this intake, okay, yeah, exhaust is stainless, intake is cool. Again, intake is cool, so both exhausts are stainless. One of the things I noticed about this side was the gasket was plugged up in a couple different spots. So I think maybe the passenger side, which is what this is, was maybe running hotter than the driver's side. You can see where a lot of shit's skunked up here in the passage holes. So that's kind of curious. On the driver's side, I had one magnetic valve, and over here I've got 3. So this has obviously been gone through. Take a couple measurements over here, see what we get. This is, again, passenger side, and it's 325. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the same. So obviously, if one's going to be 325, they're all going to be 325. So I feel pretty good that I got a couple extra cubic inches. One of the other things I was talking about, I've got an overbore, which gives me a couple extra cubic inches. But I originally bought this block thinking that I had a 4-inch crank. But it turns out I don't. This is 375. So I'll take one more measurement. So I've got a standard 3 3/4 crank, but because of the overbore, I've got a couple more cubic inches. Let's take a minute and look at some facts and figures so we better understand what's going on. This chart I found on Van Pelt's website shows the basic stats for regular Ford and Mercury blocks of the era. I was told when I bought this engine that it was a 53 Mercury with a 4-inch crank. We can tell from the measurements that that's not really the case. Without the 4-inch crank, the stock displacement would be 239 instead of the more desired 255. At this point, we should also take note that the stock bore is 3.1875, or 3 3/16. Keeping that in mind as we look at this chart, if we have a stock bore of 3 3/16 and a stock stroke of 3 3/4, that gives us 239 cubic inches. But as we now know, we have an overbore of 3 1/4 with a stock stroke of 3 3/4, which gives us 249 cubic inches. It's not the 255 or 265 we would have had with a 4-inch crank, but it's better than stock nonetheless. So let's take a moment and review. I've got an 8BA engine with EAB heads that's been bored over from the original stock 3 3/16 bore to 3 1/4 bore. That gives us 249 cubic inches. As far as I know, it has a stock cam, and it has not been relieved. From here, the plan is to clean up the heads and get them ready for some paint, as well as drop the oil pan and turn her over and take a look and see what the crank in the bottom end looks like. I hope you can join me for the next video, and as always, click like and subscribe.